Mr. Mann, thank you very much for being here, sir. Podium is yours.
Thank you. Senator Burke and Mr. Chairman, how are you? Doing good? Okay. Senator Antonio, thank you for being here. I've been sitting in the back of these rooms for all of these hearings. Mr. Chairman, when I say all, I mean since 2011, I'm the only one in this room that's been to all of them. I've noticed that there's one key group of Ohioans that are underrepresented in this discussion. It's a group that's also been maligned in consecutive legislative sessions by multiple sponsors of this bill. I'm a dad. My wife and I have two sons. They were both preemies. We spent some time in the NICU. You can tell I'm a dad because I'm constantly exhausted. I drive a rusty old minivan, and I'm wearing New Balance shoes. I've been a soccer coach, a t-ball coach, a scout den leader. I've wiped butts, I've wiped noses, I've tied shoelaces, and I've taught boys how to tie the shoes. I've taught them how to walk and how to ride a bike. I've cleaned up pee, cleaned up puke, cleaned up Play-Doh. I've chaperoned camping trips, taught them how to use a pocket knife, build a pinewood derby car, put a worm on a fish hook. I do it because I want my kids to learn these things, and also because they're kids whose fathers can't take time off to chaperone the camping trip because they're laboring to put a coat on that kid's back and food on their table. My latest endeavor has been a swim team dad. Now, you don't normally coach swim team as a parent, you time. Have you ever timed a swim meet, Mr. Chairman? You stand on the side of the pool and you run a stopwatch. It feels just like you did when I worked in a warehouse after high school. You're standing for 4 to 6 hours on concrete and your legs are just aching. And that kid pops out of the pool and sees their time and they drop 3 seconds, and the look on their face is amazing. It's not even your kid because he's not swimming for another hour, and some other parent's going to time that lane, but it doesn't matter because we're all standing there on that hard concrete because we love our kids. We sacrifice for our kids. My oldest son needs braces on his teeth now, so there goes the down payment I had saved to replace my rusty old minivan, but that's okay because we sacrifice for our kids. Parenting is hard work. Being a father is a sacred responsibility. The sponsor of this bill, along with the sponsor of the previous version of the bill, was asked why they did not have exceptions for rape or incest added to the bill. Their responses stung. Senator Regner, Representative Hagan, and several other lobbyists for this abortion ban said we should not punish the child for the sins of the father. Now, there's 2 big problems here. First, you're punishing rape victims by denying them the option of abortion. That point cannot be overstated, but has been made by many, many survivors of sexual assault in committee hearings over the years. The other point has yet to be addressed, so here I am. It's a new point yet to be raised in any hearing on this bill since 2011. You get fresh content. When people refer to rape as the sins of the father, you're disrespecting fathers. Nobody else has ever said that, and I think it needs to be said. You're devaluing fatherhood and all of the sacrifices and achievements it represents. Being a rapist does not make a man into a father. Forcefully depositing semen into someone does not make you a dad. That's what this bill would do. That's horrible for women, but it's also a slander on every dad out there on the soccer field, on the t-ball diamond, and holding a stopwatch on the side of the pool. We object. When a woman or girl is raped, the person who committed the offense is a rapist. This committee should not grant him the honorific of the father of the child. If she becomes pregnant, then it should be her decision on what to do. She has the right and the ability to keep that pregnancy. She has the right and the ability to end it. As fathers, we don't want this committee to elevate rapists into our ranks. That's what this bill would do. Thank you for your time.
Mr. Mann, thank you for your testimony. Like you, I think you and I have sat across from each other in one form or another since 2009. I don't think you've ever testified.
Sir, I did testify on this bill once. It was in a House committee, Community and Family Advancement. I gave, since you asked, I gave testimony about my dad. Now, my dad died of cancer. He died in a hospital up in Cleveland. We had 8 years from diagnosis to death, and that was, hell. When he died, he was in the ICU at University Hospital. And they came and talked to me and my mom and my brother and sister about how he had passed, and he was brain dead. And we looked up, and there was a monitor that showed his heartbeat. And we said, well, wait a minute, what is that monitor? He's got a heartbeat. And they said, no, he's receiving a drip of dopamine, and that's preserving his heartbeat. But there is no more life left in your father. That heartbeat is not the indicator of viability. That was my previous testimony, sir.